Good morning, everyone. I hope that you are well. Portia just logged off because we wanted to go live on YouTube, but we do not want to waste any time. So with that being said, I'm going to allow our guest speakers that are here today to take the virtual stage. This morning, we're very privileged to have Lameez, Chandani, as well as Carrie-Anne as the speakers for this session. They are committee members from Women in Tech, which is actually Be Women in Tech at BDO. And we hope that we will have fruitful knowledge coming from your side. We are ready for your pearls of wisdom. And we, by all means, thank you for availing your time, yourself at this very awkward time, Saturday morning, to come and inspire all the aspiring good leaders. With that being said, Lameez, Carrie-Anne, and Chandani, the virtual stage is yours.
Thank you. So I'm going to start us off. My name is Chandani Ghella, and the three of us are from BDO, and we are part of a startup team of data scientists which fall under the financial services technology sector of our business. I'm going to talk a little bit about data science today. So data is a company's biggest asset, and we are currently in a space where companies have so much data, and we need people who know how to create innovative solutions to solve business problems. So Google would define a data scientist as someone who uses scientific methods, processes, algorithms, and systems to extract knowledge and insights from structured and unstructured data. Data scientists help organizations to solve vexing problems. So ultimately, they combine computer science, modeling, statistics, analytics, and math skills, along with business sense, to uncover answers that major organizations would have. Since data science is such a new profession, there is no specific degree that you would need to get into this field. The ideal data scientist has a mathematical, statistical, and coding background. So I personally think that the skill set that matters the most is that you have a passion for problem solving. So the people on my data science team here at BDO come from a diverse set of backgrounds. We have Carrie, who has her master's in physics. We have someone who studied industrial engineering. We have Lameez, who studied actuarial science, and I studied computational and applied mathematics. So it truly doesn't matter what you have studied. Just a quick thing to note is that 3 out of the 4 people on our team are women, which is amazing because in the past, this has mainly been a male-dominated field. But we're getting there slowly, and that's really what this whole talk is about today. So at BDO, currently, we are creating models to automate different processes within the business. My day-to-day life involves constantly solving different business problems and finding progressive ways where we can add value to our business. I'm going to conclude by just mentioning that for anyone that is interested in becoming a data scientist, there are lots of resources available to gain the knowledge one would need to gain an advantage in the space. So you get some free resources, which would obviously include YouTube, and you get like multiple websites. And then there's some resources that you would have to pay for, which would include like DataCamp, Udemy, there's Cloud Guru, but I will add all of these to the chat box below. So if any of you also have any questions, please feel free to contact any one of us ladies if you have any further questions. And I'm now going to hand over to my colleague, Carrie, who will talk a little bit on the topic of imposter syndrome.
Hey, lovely ladies. When I heard that today's topic was imposter syndrome, I was so excited. It makes me so happy that Girl Leaders is providing this platform where we can engage with these very important conversations. And I think imposter syndrome is something that we don't often speak about, even though it affects so many people. So what exactly is imposter syndrome? Well, imposter syndrome is exactly as the name says. It's a belief that you're an imposter or a fraud, and that your talents and accomplishments are merely due to luck or the fact that you've been able to deceive people into thinking you're more intelligent than what you are. So I read a really nice description of what people with imposter syndrome kind of display or feel. So it sort of describes them as being someone who's unable to internalize their own success, which I think is a really great summary. So imposter syndrome is quite a personal topic for me. It's something that I struggled with a lot throughout my high school and undergrad, but I didn't know at the time that that's what it was. So in my high school career, in grade 11, I was chosen to represent South Africa in the International Physics Olympiad that was held in Denmark. And to me, I honestly believed that I was just there because of luck. I'd been lucky in the Olympiads. And then in my university career, in first year, I got onto the Dean's List, which is a list of the top students in a faculty because of my marks then. And to me, this was evidence that I'd been able to deceive people into thinking I was cleverer than what I was just through hard work. So these are just some examples from my sort of experience, but imposter syndrome is something that can affect our daily lives because we can feel this constant pressure to keep up what we believe is a fake facade. We believe that we are presenting ourselves as different to what we are. So we feel that we have this pressure and that people are going to find us out. So it adds a lot of pressure to one's life. So what can you do if you're feeling these sort of emotions and you think you're feeling imposter syndrome? Well, I really believe that we've taken the first step here today. So really putting a name to these voices inside your head that are telling you that you're deceiving people and you're not meant to be where you are, I really think that that's the first step. We're starting to realize that we're not alone and that other people are also feeling this. So the second step, I think, is to really own your success. So for some of us, this might seem quite daunting. So I think we can start with smaller steps. So when somebody congratulates you, you may start having these voices in your head saying, oh, what if they knew that was just luck? Or what if they knew that I just studied hard for that test? And I want you to acknowledge those thoughts, but push them aside and really take the time to internalize that this was your accomplishment. You achieved this. And really feel that moment of, oh, this was my success, and really internalize that. And with these small steps, we can start to own our success. So now I'm going to pass you lovely ladies on to my colleague Lameez, who's going to talk a bit about what BDO's Women in Tech have been up to.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having us here today. Chandani, Carrie, and myself are all part of BDO's Women in Tech. So the Be Women in Tech is an initiative that was created last year at BDO. This was started because there are women in tech and we all really enjoy what we do. Since only 23% of tech jobs are held by women in South Africa, this makes it incredibly difficult for women to emerge as industry leaders. So the Women in Tech at BDO created this space to come together to support, connect, grow, and elevate women in this industry. The aim was to create a supportive environment to empower women and girls in the tech field. So we want to bridge the gap, the gender gap in tech, and encourage and educate young girls about being a woman in this industry through our various initiatives. Personally working as one of BDO's first data scientists and being part of this Be Women in Tech has really given me a sense of belonging. BDO is the fastest growing audit advisory and tax firm in the world. And by next year, we hope to hire 70% women throughout BDO, which is really huge for women everywhere. Be Women in Tech has introduced me to a platform to empower and upskill myself, as well as to grow and inspire and educate other women and lean on so many women who are in the same shoes as I am. We promote opportunities and create partnerships to support and grow women in this industry. So some of the opportunities created includes networking with BDO's Women in Tech in order to create new relationships across the technology and financial services industry and to learn more about what we do. Our goal is to create awareness, to provide support, and to be a champion for equality, inclusion, and diversity, which will assist in bridging the gender gap in the tech space. We want to provide a place where women can lean on and inspire each other and grow and develop their skills in this technology industry. We use creative ways of addressing issues that impact and affect all aspects of women's lives, from education, societal issues, work-life experience, and of course, the tech industry. I will conclude by saying, please feel free to reach out to any one of us for advice on tech careers at BDO FST, for career guidance or even mentorship, or if you'd like to collaborate and work with us in the future. A BDO not only gives you the opportunity to advance your career, but also pushes you to achieving your personal goals. I will provide our contact details in the chat box if you do wish to reach out to us later in the future. Thank you so much. And if you guys now have any questions, we'd be happy to answer.
Thank you so much, Chandani, Lameez, and Carrie. You have given us such an amazing information. How you are doing amazing things with BDO, how to overcome imposter syndrome, and ways to get into the science field. And so, like Lameez and Chandani and Carrie-Anne have said, if you have any questions, this is your free space to ask. They are more than willing to answer your questions. So you can raise your hand if you like, type it in the chat box, unmute your mic and speak, fabulous leaders. And let's hear what you have to say after such a mouthful conversation. This is your time. This is your time to shine. So don't be shy. Any questions, Befa? Perfect. Kumo would like to ask a question to you, Lameez. You can have a go at it, Kumo.
Okay. Hi, everybody. So my question is to Lameez, who is also an actuary. It's a field I'm interested in going into. So I'd like to know, like, what opportunities do you have going into the field and what drew you to actually liking the field?
Okay, so well, for me personally, I was a problem solver. I love problem solving. I love challenges. So that kind of drew me towards actuarial science. So maths, stats was some of my favorite subjects at school. So that's why I was very interested in it. And I loved the investment side of things as well. So actuarial science, it's quite a broad, like there's a lot you can go into. Like for me, for example, now I'm working as a data scientist. So data science and actuarial science are very similar, like we use similar techniques and methods when we at work to solve like business problems. So there are a lot of opportunities. There's the insurance space you can get into, there's the healthcare, there's investment. So there's a lot. It's very broad. There's a lot of opportunities to go overseas as well. So the scope is huge, and it's a really good field to get into if you'd like to. And I would be happy to answer any more questions or give you more information. You can just send me an email. I will put my details in the chat box. But yeah, you can do a lot of research online as well. And then you can go into the Actuarial Society of South Africa's page, and then it has a whole student zone where it will give you a roadmap to becoming an actuary, what it entails, and how you can go about following that.
Okay, thank you very much. Because of time, I will follow up later with you.
Perfect.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Lameez. Monica, we do see you have your hand raised. Have a go at it, girl.
Okay, good morning. What I would love to ask is that I've heard that you said there's only 23% of women in the tech industry, and we done in our communities, especially while growing up, to encourage young girls to pursue careers in tech, because most of us growing up were exposed to careers like doctorate and like very limited careers. So what do you think can be done?
So I think really trying to sort of encourage from a young space that this excitement about just the stats or the physics or the maths, or just really, rather than focusing on these occupational sort of jobs, to open up the idea that we don't have to work towards an occupation. We can love maths or physics and science and pursue that and end up in a career these days. So we need to sort of get this idea that business is opening up. So people should be able to follow these very different paths if they're excited about them.
Absolutely. And I think another way that we actually want to go about making young women excited about this is through hackathons as well, and actually going to various schools and sort of giving talks and giving them opportunities to see what the tech industry is all about. I think that's also important.
Absolutely, that is an important point.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And we do see that we have Yoliswa and Tiko Maleho raising their hands. Yoliswa and then Tiko.
Hi everyone. So I feel like the tech industry is very it's really amazing, you know, and it's very interesting. But for every pro, there are cons. So I just like to ask, like, what are some of the disadvantages that you guys as women go through your career? That's it.
Okay, I think one disadvantage that women do go through in a tech industry specifically is I think a lot of people maybe don't take them as seriously as they should, or yeah, they kind of just assume that women don't really know much about technology because it's mainly been a male-dominated field in the past. But we are in a space where actually, as I said, majority, 3 out of the 4 people on our team are women, and things are slowly starting to change. I know in a company like ours, they have a space for women to actually get into the industry, and people do take us seriously. No one makes us feel like because we're women, we don't know what we're doing. In fact, it's actually the complete opposite. Because of what we studied, everyone just like, they'll be like, no, you guys are so smart, you can literally do anything. And they have given us so many opportunities already, which is incredible. So slowly the narrative is starting to change.
Thank you so much. We have a question here in the chat, and it's from Zanda saying, what motivated you to go into tech world and challenge yourself knowing that it was a male-dominated space?
I think for me, and I think from my colleagues too, it's this sort of passion. I think we all sort of loved what we studied, and then we sort of continued it from there. And I think also knowing that it's a male-dominated space, I think also slightly it's this underlying sort of pushing us to keep going and to move up the ranks so that we can sort of help guide younger women to get into the space as well.
Yes, and to add to that as well, like we want to empower ourselves and we want to empower others, other women as well. So I think that pushed us into going into this industry, and we are the type of people that want to, you know, break this norm, and we want to bridge that gap. So that has really encouraged us to pursue our dreams, to pursue our goals, and to actually get into this industry and to follow our career paths.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. That is quite very much so inspiring. I see that we are running a bit on time, so we can take one last more questions. And after this, if you have any more questions for Lameez, Carrie-Anne and Chandani, we kindly ask that you please use their contact details to contact them. And so we will take, we can take Tiko. Tiko, do you want to ask?
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? Am I? My question is, what kind of problems do you guys solve in the tech world? Because you talk about problem solving. So I just want you to please elaborate on the kind of problems that you guys solve. Thank you.
Okay, so one of the one of the projects that we have like worked on in the past is we do some credit risk modeling, which would be sort of we're kind of helping the accountants to calculate the risk that's involved in like the loans from specific companies, for example. Another project that we would work on is building models, various types of models, to sort of improve different aspects within our business. So for example, when doing an audit right now, we've built an interest model which calculates interest for the entire population of the data set. That's one example of something that we're working on right now.
Okay. Thank you.
How impressive is that? Do you want to say something, Lameez, before we close?
Yes. There's just one question in the chat box. Someone asked it a while ago about imposter syndrome. I think Carrie can just answer that before we close off.
Can you read the question to me, Lameez? Sorry, I can't find it.
It's how do imposter feelings differ from a natural sense of competition, insecurity, or humility?
Okay, so that's a very nice question. I think that it's more of a feeling that what you've achieved, and you've put in the effort to achieve what you've achieved. You deserve the success, but it's more of a feeling that you don't. It's a feeling that you've actually faked it when you haven't. So it's not just competing naturally, it's more that you work towards these goals and you achieve them, but you feel that you don't deserve what you've achieved. So I hope that helps answer that question.
I feel that you've done justice to the question. You've answered it sufficiently. Thank you so much, Chandani, Carrie-Anne, and Lameez. And thank you so much to our fabulous girl leaders for really just having enthusiasm and asking the questions. It's great work that you guys are doing. We see you in this space. We see you as data scientists, master's graduate in mathematics, actuarial scientists. You guys are doing amazing things, and it is needless to say that we are super inspired. Thank you for making time to be with us here today. And for the girl leaders, if you have any questions for either Lameez or Chandani or Carrie, we kindly ask that you please use the contact information they've put in the chat, and really just go ahead and ask them. I bet they'd be more than happy to answer you. Thank you so much, Lameez. Thank you so much, Chandani and Carrie.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much. And then now moving on to our next session. I forgot to introduce myself because in the beginning, while I was trying to say, hey, my network genuinely just went shambles. But my name is Portia Mwebe. I am the program director for this session, and welcome to the session as well. We are super glad that you're able to be here today, girl leaders. We are super enthusiastic for you, and we really can't wait to see what it is that you will have to learn. Our facilitators have prepared incredible content for you, and yeah, we are just super hyped. And just to share with you a few things, just trying to share my screen very quick. Not sure if we have time for that. But just to share with you today, the purpose of this session really is to explore gender inequality in leadership. And I think Lameez and Chandani and Carrie-Anne have done a great job, you know, when they're talking about how there's so much gender inequality within their space of study and career. And so we're going to explore gender inequality in leadership and evaluate the kind of opportunities that are given to men compared to women. We're also going to speak about imposter syndrome. We're going to learn how to identify the triggers of imposter syndrome. How do you deal with imposter syndrome? And I think also Carrie-Anne did a good job by giving us some sort of a hint as to how to deal with imposter syndrome as well. And she mentioned something like, you know, when you have to learn to embrace compliments, and people say you've done a great job, take it in. And that is the kind of things that we're also going to be learning about, right? Before we go ahead, I'd also like to introduce you to the fabulous and fantastic facilitators that will be with you in this session. And they've prepared such an incredible short video for you, so you can really just get to know who they are and what about. I'm going to play the clip for you, and soon enough we'll be divided into our breakout rooms. So yeah, let me just play out the clip for you and see these gorgeous faces that are just happy to see you. Is everyone able to see this video? If you can't, please type it in the chat and just let me know that I can't see this video, and we'll make a plan for you. It's not playing yet, it's just displaying on the screen. If you can't see it, gee. Just quickly trying to get it on playing. We should be fine. I'll try play it soon, because I think that it's really just presenting me with problems for now. But in the meantime, let me tell you something very exciting, that we're going to have prizes for this session. So in your breakout rooms, if you're very participative, if you are engaging with the content, if you are full on having, being very engaging, you're going to win a prize. Our facilitators will be on the lookout for the people that are really so keen into having a conversation with us. And in the end, we'll have a raffle. And the 4 people that have been most engaging will be awarded with prizes. So please engage as much as you can, because you don't want to lose this prize. Let me try sharing this video once again. Hopefully now it will play. Yes, here we go. I'm sure that you cannot wait to see our fabulous speakers and what we have in store for you. Yes, it's playing, thank God. We sincerely apologize for the delay. I know that you really just want to see our facilitators with everything in you, and so you will not miss out. We have the video for you.
I'll be your facilitator for the day. I'm currently based in Joburg because I'm studying. I can't wait to work with all of you and get to know you.
Hi guys, my name is Cindy Swazulu and I am one of your facilitators, and I am from Durban, KZN. I cannot wait to have the mental pilot session with you, the world to lead, and I hope we will have a lot of fun together and learn from each other. See you soon.
Hi everyone, my name is Natasha Ghella and I'm going to be your facilitator for today. I am currently based in Joburg for studies and I can't wait to work with you today.
Hello guys, Linda Mashala here from Limpopo, your awesome facilitator for this session. I'm studying BSc Chemistry at Virgin University and I'm looking forward to be interacting with you. Yay!
Hello girl leaders, my name is Namondam Bali. I am currently a candidate attorney and I am from the Val, but I'm currently staying in Ferndale, Radberg. I am looking forward to meeting you and I am so excited for this growth journey that is to benefit you. And
hey young leaders, my name is Sibahle Ngwenya, but you can call me Siba. I am an engineer in training. Graduated at Wits for BSc Metallurgical Engineering. I am very artistic, I'm bubbly, as I think you can tell. Yeah, and I think we will have a lot of fun together.
Hi everyone, my name is Susanda Jafta. I am from the Eastern Cape and I am an actuarial analyst. I am very, very excited to have you today.
Fantastic. Awesome. I hope that you got to see a glimpse of our fantastic facilitators. So what will happen now is that you'll be broken out into your breakout rooms. Lameez, Carrie, and Chandani, thank you so much for joining us. If you would like to leave, please feel free. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. What will happen now, girl leaders, is that you'll be broken down into your breakout rooms, and you'll get to meet the fantastic girl leaders that you have just seen right now, the fantastic facilitators that you've just seen. So yeah, the signing has started.